They sure do look familiar. Haven't I used these walls for the robotics shop? Yeah, and these look like the walls I used for my gymnasium. Yeah, and I used these same white brick walls for my town hall. This is a nice looking bank though, and I still need a bank in my town. Would it be possible to recreate this bank back in Fallout 4? Fuck it, let's try. Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Realistic Settlement Building. And finally, we are going to build a bank. It's been on the to-do list for ages now, and I'm glad I finally found a design that I like. I've tried to build it numerous times in the past, but the designs just didn't work out. But today, that will change. Because while I was playing some Fallout 76, I came across this building and I really liked how it looked. And it also seemed that it was made out of mostly recycled Fallout 4 assets, so I figured I'd give it a try. And boom, here we are. I first had to build it without using the mods that required a Fallout 4 script extender, such as Place Anywhere. And all because Bethesda decided it was a good idea to throw even more worthless skins into our faces, so we can now give our laser rifle a little holiday touch. God. Oh, and of course a Santa outfit, which already kinda exists on Nexus, so hey, save yourself some money and get the free one instead. I'm trying to think of a Creation Club mod that actually is nice or at least decent. And all I can think of is the mod where you get wave upon waves of enemies attacking your settlement. I like the idea behind it, but the price tag is just insane. But okay, enough of the Creation Club, let's talk updates. Next Tuesday I'm in Norway to celebrate Christmas, so I don't know if there will be a video then. I'm trying to work as hard as I can right now, but I really got set back because of the Fallout update. I've only had like 2 free days last week, 2, and I couldn't do anything, but oh well. I've also tried to come up with a Christmas special, but crazy enough there's no mod that brings either undecorated Christmas trees or just large pine trees, which is crazy. Because I did have an idea, and that was to create a little area where you can buy a Christmas tree. I actually do that now at my job. I work at a hardware store and in December the store also sells Christmas trees. And this year I had to do everything. I had to put up the fences, direct the truck drivers on where to place the trees. I even had to do a little real life settlement building. Because here in the Netherlands it rains a lot, especially in December. And in the past we had this garden shed, and if it rained we would just go in there and wait till it would stop. But I think 2 years ago it got sold, so last Christmas we had a small problem because we didn't have that shed anymore. So then the boss had this genius idea to just take a piece of that blue tarp and tie it to the fences. And that shit was worthless. Worthless! All it did was create a big water collector just above our heads. And there were no walls or anything either, so we would just still get wet anyways because the rain just goes underneath it. There were a lot of complaints that year from the employees. So this year I reminded the boss like, hey, can we like not do the same thing as last year? Just give me a day and then I will build a makeshift shed that will keep us and the equipment dry. And he agreed, so a week later I started building the shed. It came out really good, and all the other employees who also have Christmas duty are very happy. So anyways, the idea for the Christmas special would be an area where you can buy Christmas trees, with a replica of the shed I made. But since there aren't any trees like that fit this idea, I have to come up with something else. Or I have to sell like mute fruit trees or something, oh well. So if you have an idea for a Christmas special, then please let me know down below. Okay, so let's talk about the bank a bit. This bank is not a 100% copy of the one you can find in Fallout 76. For those who are interested, you can find this bank on the west side of the map in the town of Point Pleasant, where you can also find the Mothman Museum. It's right next to the bridge that leads down south. One of the big differences between the two is that the one in Fallout 76 is built on a pretty steep slope, and this one isn't. A other big difference is the size of the walls. It feels like the walls in Fallout 76 are way smaller than the ones in Fallout 4. I did try to make a 100% match, but it ended up looking absolutely gigantic. So that's why it's not exactly the same as in the picture, but it still looks a lot like it. Actually, one of the funny things about this is that the windowed walls you see in Fallout 76 are actually made out of two separate walls that come with the Snappy's House Kit mod. Because the walls I use now are the white brick ones, which is accurate, that makes that the window trims are not accurate. If I wanted to use the correct windows, which I can, I wouldn't have the correct bricks. So I either have to choose between an accurate brick wall or an accurate window. I chose for the correct brick walls, since I think that's more important and it also just looks better. One of the things I like about Fallout 76 is the way they made cities and towns. One of my favorite towns is called Summersville. It's a really small town, but it has so many great buildings such as a town hall, a laundromat, a clothing store and even a boarded up gun shop. I really wish we could enter the gun shop because it feels like they boarded up pretty much all of them. There's also a gun shop in the town of Flatwoods, but you can't enter that one either. I think that's a real missed opportunity. I will build a gun shop in the near future, but there are still a lot of ideas and plans coming both from me and from you. For example, I still need to build a library, a harbor, defenses at the bridge, a train station, a gentleman's store, a pharmacy. I also like the idea of having a laundromat, and I also need to still build a factory close to the harbor. So there is still a lot that needs to be built. I also like to implement some smaller details that we can find in Fallout 76, such as the scaffolding which I'm placing right now, but also the sandbags on the corner with the wooden crate and ammo box. I also like the vent on the side. Sadly, I don't have a mod that brings in the exact same one, but I can recreate it using some other pieces. I also want to give this bank a bit more decoration, because as it looks now, it's kinda boring. So I will place some posters on the front and side of the building to give it some more detail. And since in Fallout 76 there's a big poster on the side that is an advertisement for cigarettes, I will also place some posters of the same brand. We of course don't know what the inside of the bank looks like, so I decided to go back to Fallout 4 and see if there was an enterable bank there. And there is, a small walkway from Hangman's Alley. I went there and entered, and I saw that they used a lot of wooden counters and they also had quite a few desks. So I will place some of these in my bank as well. I will also make an upstairs office for the owners of the bank. Here I will place some desks with some gold bars and money, as well as some filing cabinets. We are still missing some lights, so let's add some light bulbs and wall lights and then connect it to a power source. And as a final detail, I will place some safes where the bank keeps their most valuable items. And there we have it, the Spectacle Island Bank. I hope you enjoyed this last build. If you did, then hit that like button down below, subscribe for more, and don't forget to click the little bell so you won't miss out on anything. My name is Tuesday and I will see you next time.